frying a little bit of shrimp. We switching position, we switching locations. I'm fucking this bitch in the gym. She said she don't wanna say gonna no more. What is going on, YouTube? My name is Tiger A. Smith, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a PowerPoint presentation on the NBA Finals. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm hyped. So how this is going to work is I'm going to be talking about a lot of the different statistical categories for each team. It's going to go very surface level in the beginning, and as we get to more slides, it's going to get more deeper. It's going to get more basketball IQ. But just run off, we're going to be talking about the three-pointers, percentages from each team, offensive systems from each team, who does a better job at rebounding for each team, who has a better bench, who has a deeper lineup, which coach can make more adjustments as the series goes along. I'm going to be giving you a breakdown of who I think will ultimately win as well, give each team's weakness, but we'll get on into that right after we talk about the starting lineup for each team. The Boston Celtics starting lineup is Derek White, Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. The Dallas Mavericks starting five is Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, Derek Jones Jr., PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. Sure, off the bat, we can kind of see Boston Celtics has a little bit more length. They're a bit taller, especially in the power forward and center position. But don't get it twisted. We know Derek Jones Jr. and PJ Washington can jump out the gym. Kyrie Irving, 6'2". He's been doing a great job at playing defense this postseason. He can definitely guard 1 through 3. I don't know if he can guard Jason Tatum 1-on-1, but don't sleep on it. And we also have Luka Doncic. Let's talk about the offensive systems, defensive systems. Boston Celtics, if you watched any second or minute, you know that they love the 5-out offense. This is their bread and butter. Because all 5 of the starting lineup can shoot the 3, they love to stay on the perimeter. So when a player drives in, they can kick it out, and it's a wide open 3, and they're hitting it like 38% of the time. Dallas Mavericks, they like a more modern offense. They like the 4-1 offense with primary ball handlers in Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Their main scheme is to attack. If you watch any of the Dallas Mavericks this playoffs, you know they like to give that lob to Derek Lively. And yeah, that's the pretty simple game scheme for each team. Obviously, with Kristaps Porzingis coming back, Boston's going to run a lot more pick and pop with Porzingis going out to the 3. He can shoot that thing really deep. So Dallas is going to have to make an adjustment there. Will they be able to contain Porzingis on the three-point line? Will Daniel Gafford be able to come out and defend the perimeter? He doesn't really like defending the perimeter. He's more of a drop player on the pick and roll. But, maybe Derek Lively is more mobile. Can he come out and contain Porzingis on the three-point line? Let's talk about three-point shooting. If you guys watch the Celtics, you know they love shooting threes. Jason Tatum is shooting 29% from 3, though, and he attempts the most from the team with 7 attempts a game. You have to kind of question, are they relying too heavily on the three-point shot? Because if you saw Game 1 versus the Pacers, Celtics were actually struggling that game because they couldn't hit a shot, and the Pacers should have won that game. That's just what happens when you have a 5-out offense and your whole starting 5 can shoot threes. My only concern is if they can't shoot well that night, do they have another offensive plan to go through? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Boston's relying too heavily on their three-point shooting? We'll see. Dallas Mavericks, they don't rely too heavily on the three-point shot, but what they do rely very heavily on is that corner 3 shot. That corner 3 shot, they shoot the most out of any team in the league this season, and that's primarily due to the fact that when Luka drives and that lob option isn't open because that guy's dropping down, that corner 3 is going to be wide open. So when Luka drives, it's either you protect Luka, you protect the lob on the block, or you protect that corner 3. Which is funny because on the other hand, the Boston Celtics clamp down on those corner 3s the most by any team this postseason. They limit teams to an NBA low 23.5% when they shoot from the corner. It's going to be very interesting to see Boston, if they're able to sustain this percentage, or if Luka Doncic and the Mavericks are going to be able to find shooters open in that corner and ultimately continue their success from that corner three. Rebounding. Not too much to say about this. I know rebounding. Not too much to say about this. Both teams are great rebounding teams. I just wanted to say Tatum has been going really underrated with his rebounding this playoffs, but I think Tatum needs to realize that he's going to be one of the primary rebounders, especially defensive rebounds. So he needs to continue this. Can't just be one game, can't just be for 2 games. I think Tatum needs to do this throughout the whole entire series. But I think Tatum needs to have the mindset to be Game 7 Kobe against the Celtics and just get like 15 rebounds a game. It's going to be a heavy contribution on if they win or lose. Maxi Kleber, he is going to be the power forward, and he's only averaging 2 rebounds a game. He is just coming back, but Maxi Kleber does need to rebound a lot. Derek Lively, second most rebounds for Dallas following Luka Doncic. He's a really good rebounder when he's in the paint. I'm just not sure how he is when he's out guarding the perimeter, if he's able to keep an eye on Porzingis or Al Horford and get the rebounds. It's untraditional for a big man, especially 7'1". But hey, he's a first-year rookie, and 12 hours ago he was seen making Legos on his TikTok. So I don't know. The Dallas need him to get rebounds. He's going to be in foul trouble a lot. The bench. I think the bench, Boston clearly has a deeper bench. You have Payne Pritchard, Al Horford, Sam Hauser. Most of these guys aren't like going to get crazy minutes, but they all do specialize in a very particular role, which is very important. Payne Pritchard, he's able to be a primary ball handler / playmaker. Al Horford's a veteran. But the Dallas Mavericks, my main concern here is just, do they have a third ball handler / playmaker? Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, they're going to be taking turns, but at some point they're going to be tired. Jaden Hardy, Josh Green, maybe Tim Hardaway Jr., they have to be able to create for themselves for maybe like 5 minutes a game. As the series goes along, I think Boston's going to be able to have more players ready to go. They have way more lineups in general as well. The adjustments, I think right here is a really good example of how you want to play Celtics versus how they want to play. On the left here, the ball actually comes from Tatum from a cross-court pass, and you can see how wide open the space is for Jaylen Brown to attack the paint. This is perfect. He ends up scoring. That's a perfect layup. But if Boston relies too heavily on their ISO without any ball movement prior, on the right, you see the 2 guys, help defenders, seeking in. Jaylen Brown settles for a contested 3-point shot. It's not how the Boston wants to play, but this is how Dallas needs to play the Boston Celtics. Right here, Joe Mazzulla is going to have to figure out. Luka Doncic is going to find the lob to Derek Lively. And I think it's Jason Tatum's job this series to block the alley-oop. Not to block the alley-oop, but this is Mavericks' most successful action, is where Luka drives in and he's able to find Derek Lively for a lob. Right here on the left is one of the games during the season. Jason Tatum's too late on that rotation. Also, Jaylen Brown isn't dropping down enough to rotate to Kyrie. But Jason Tatum needs to be there extra early this series. He needs to be able to box Lively out, have some sort of contest, not let them get that lob passed off. You can see on the right side, Cat does a good job of sticking to Derek Lively when Luka Doncic drives, because he's prepared for that lob to come in. But obviously, it's a team effort, right? Can Joe Mazzulla find a way to make it difficult? I don't think so. I think Luka's too good of a player. I think he's going to also make the counters to Joe Mazzulla's counters. Let's talk about some drama. As the 2 biggest narratives that I've been talking about is Kyrie Irving and Kristaps Porzingis. Is Kyrie going to keep his cool back in Boston? Is Kristaps Porzingis going to have beef with Luka? Is he going to play too passive? It's all great points, because Draymond obviously didn't do too well in the 2022 finals because he was talking too focused on the Celtics fan base. I think the biggest drama is going to be about Tatum and Jaylen Brown competing for the Finals MVP. It is a big deal. Jason Tatum is obviously upset how he didn't perform well in the 2022 Finals, right? He's obviously going to try to take a bigger role, trying to make more plays. He might be doing too much, and what he needs to do is to rebound and play defense on that alley-oop. That's a big concern because Jaylen Brown just won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. It's now kind of stuck into Jason Tatum's head. Oh shit, maybe this isn't my team. Maybe this is Jaylen Brown's team. Because at this point, anything can happen. Jaylen Brown could win the MVP. It doesn't even have to be Jaylen Brown. It could be Derek White. So the clash of those two fighting for Finals MVP is going to be a very, very big concern for me. They might be trading individual stats rather than team success, and that might get to them. It got to Kobe in 2004, so because Kobe won the Finals MVP. But yeah, team's biggest weaknesses. I'm going to start with the Celtics. Jason Tatum sustaining being a rebounder and contain the dunker spot on defense. Also, Jason Tatum not settling for too many three-point shots, and attack Luka enough to tire him out. Luka's going to go crazy this Finals. I don't think we've even seen Luka at his best yet. This playoff series, Mavericks. Can there be someone else who can create a shot? I know Luka and Kyrie are elite at creating their own shot and creating for the team, but they're going to be tired. So it's going to be a long series. Most people have it going over 6-7 games. So as the series goes along, can there be someone who steps up and starts creating easy baskets for the team when Luka and Kyrie needs a break? No. Can the bigs guard the perimeter? This is going to be a big key for the Dallas Mavericks. Gafford loves playing the pick and roll and drop. He's not a really perimeter guy, so he's gonna have to be stretched out to defense Kristaps Porzingis out on the 3. Can he do that? I'm not sure. We're not there yet, but I think Derek Lively is gonna get a tremendous amount of minutes this series because he is able to have the mobility to guard out at the 3-point line. But my concern is Derek Lively gonna get caught up in foul trouble? Which I think he will be. He's a rookie. It's the stage is going to be extra bright. Jason Kidd's going to be able to manage that pretty well. And then nothing else you can really do about Luka. So it's really up to his knees. And if they give out, if he's injured at all, they're pretty much done this series. The only person stopping Luka is Luka himself. How I think the series will go. Because the Celtics have not played meaningful basketball in the past 10 months, I don't count the Pacers series as meaningful basketball. I think they're not going to be used to the intensity that the Mavericks are going to bring. I think the Mavericks are going to come in game 1 and put an upset. I think it almost happened in the game 1 versus Pacers versus Celtics. So I think Mavericks are going to come and take game 1. Then I think the Celtics are going to take game 2. But at the end of the day, I think the Mavericks got this in 6 games. I think we're about to see some crazy historical performance from Luka Doncic. Don't be surprised if he drops a 50-point game with a triple-double. I think he's ready this year. I think he's the best we've ever seen him. He's in great playoff form. He's going to want. And then you also have him with Kyrie Irving. He's got his back. He's going to give him confidence. I think the Mavericks are going to be first-time championships since 2011.